So yo, what's good with you YouTube? It's your boy Rome. You dig what I'm saying? I'm coming back at you with another video. So this video right here is gonna be 5 things that I hate about my 2018 Ford Mustang Ecoboost 2.3T turbo. So let's get this video started. So I'm gonna just list them off. I'm gonna go one by one, no particular order. Now get this right. These are things that I hate about the car, but these are not things that made me not want to get the car. I test drove this car a few times before I bought it. And even though I knew these things going into the car, I still went ahead and purchased the car because I love this car so much. So these are 10 things I hate, but hate kind of got to be taken with a grain of salt. It's not necessarily the worst shit in the world. So let's go. First thing I hate. This probably is number one, but it's probably my worst thing about this vehicle, right? So obviously it's a Mustang. People look at it, they assume that the Mustang is gonna be fast. My number one thing that I hate about this vehicle is it does not make enough noise. And the noise that it does make, or the noise that you possibly could get out of it, is not gonna be what you would expect and what other people would expect. Because you want a vehicle that's gonna be loud. If you inside your car, you probably not gonna be able to hear it. It's a new car, it got good, insulation and shit like that. So the people outside the car are gonna hear a 4-cylinder turbo, which means they're gonna hear all the blowing noises. They're gonna hear the fact that it is a small motor, that it's not really getting you that deep, rumble when you roll through. And I'm not gonna lie, that's what you expect when you see this car coming through, because it's a really nice car. Mine in particular, black on black, black inside, black outside, spoiler, black wheels, performance package, got the big brakes on it. So when you see it, you expect, to hear a little noise, hear a little sound, hear a little something, that the sound that you get out of a V8, you know what I'm saying? And if you go with the EcoBoost, that is not what you're gonna get. Now, there's options out there for you. So if you have the EcoBoost, I've read some good things about a few different exhaust systems. The only problem is those exhaust systems cost a little bit of money. And it's not necessarily something you can do at your own house unless you have a little bit of knowledge on exhaust. You might have to have a few tools like to be able to cut the exhaust. I've heard people getting down pipes that are a little bit larger, that's uncatted. You have to get a tune with something like that. So not only do you have to pay the money for the exhaust system, you also have to pay the money for the down pipe, which is in addition, because the exhaust pretty much goes from the down pipe on back. So you got exhaust, you got down pipe, and then it's still not gonna be a V8 sound. And you gotta get a tune. So that's some bread you coming out of if you're trying to make your car sound like that. And then at the end of the day, it's still not gonna sound like a 5.0. It's not a 5.0. It's a 2.6, I wanna say. So that's my gripe with that. The sound that you want to get out of this car is probably not going to be what you're going to end up with. My second gripe with it. All right, so number 2. This is my second gripe with this car. So I went with the lower tier. I didn't get the premium package. The premium package actually comes with a way nicer interior, right? So it's the performance pack. So the performance pack comes with the gauges that you get in your dash. I'll pop a pic of it, man, right now. So yeah, so you get the gauges in your dash. You get some other stuff, upgraded brakes and shit like that. But this right here is what you get when you don't get the premium package. And that's a huge gripe for me, because this is a 2018. It's a nice, clean looking car. When people look at it from the outside, especially if you got a tenant, they expect to see something really nice on the inside. And when you get in, it's just kind of underwhelming. You dig what I'm saying? Like it's a bunch of big ass buttons, and you got this little bitty screen. I don't understand why they put the smallest screen in the world. My cell phone screen is bigger than the screen they got in here. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? And the amount of money you have to spend to go get the premium package for the leather and all that, heated seats, cooling seats, you don't get any of that shit if you don't have the premium package. So that's something to be mindful of. If you want the nice interior, meaning you have the nice big screen that comes with it, it's touchscreen, because this one isn't touchscreen. like the little switches at the bottom. You don't get those. And then the leather seats. I mean, you get the cloth seats. The cloth seats are hard. I like them. They got the striping in the middle. They got the Mustang across the seat. You know what I'm saying? The back seat, same thing, big bowstring, but you don't get the leather and you do not get the screen. Two things that, you know, is something I feel like I would have to upgrade myself and just spend out of pocket. It'll be a little bit cheaper, but I can kind of go with what I want, but you don't get that straight out the lot. You know what I'm saying? That's something that was kind of disappointing to me. So number 3, right? The paint. I got the all black, it's called Shadow Black, and it's all black paint. No glitter, sparkle in it, just like just a black, you know, dark as you can get. The wheels are the same color, and it has the spoiler in the back. My gripe with it is all black cars get super dirty, and this is the type of vehicle that you want to make sure you keep clean, because when you're riding around in it, you want to look good in it. You dig what I'm saying? So it is very difficult to keep this car clean. It's a lot of flat surfaces. The black shines really good, and you can tell when it's dirty. I don't know if it's just because it's a Mustang and it's more noticeable, maybe the way the body lines are, things like that. It does sit low, and like I said, when it comes through, people are looking, so you want to keep your car clean. And if you go with the all black, shadow black Mustang, no matter what it is, you're gonna have a problem keeping it clean, especially if you live in an area with seasons like spring, fall, like just bad pollen and shit like that, stuff in the air. As soon as you wash it, within hours, days, your shit's gonna be dirty. You dig what I'm saying? You always gonna be out there wiping it down. So if you don't have a hose or like accessibility to do that shit at home, you're gonna be at the car wash. You're gonna be spending some paper cleaning that shit every day. It's a lot. You're gonna have to spend a little bit extra money to make sure you keep the car as clean as you want it. Whether that be storing it in the garage or getting like a tarp or something like that to put on it. It's gonna be extra work, and it's a challenge that comes with a car like this that's black that you want to make sure you keep clean at all times. Number 4. All right, number 4 is also something I consider to be like a little bit of a preference, but at the same time something I dislike. There is no badging on this vehicle besides the 2 Mustang logos, the one in the front and the one on the trunk. Why is that a problem? It's a problem because if you do upgrade to the performance pack, which has the big brakes, the nice rims, the spoiler, and I don't know what else comes with it, but I mean, you get the gauges and shit like that. People look at the vehicle as if it's an upper tier. They don't expect it to be the bottom line one. They look at it and they assume that it is. So the question you get asked all day, every day is it a 5.0? And it's not a 5.0. And you have to sit there and explain, okay, it's not a 5.0, it's a 2 point this or whatever. And then they're looking at you like, oh, okay, well, you got the baby one. And it's just kind of, you know, a little bit embarrassing, man. It's just something that I wish they had some type of like badging that came with it, or like some type of, like with the Chevys. The Chevys have the Camaros, they got an RS. So the RS isn't necessarily the bottom of the line one, but it is badged up. It does have like a line attached to it. People look at it and they can tell already, okay, you didn't go with the bottom of the line. But the RS means something, just like the performance pack means something, but there's nothing on it that actually identifies that you have it, unless you just know, okay, the performance pack comes with the bigger brakes in the front, which it does. I mean, if you're looking at it, that's pretty much the only way you can identify. If you have tents, you don't see the gauges and shit in the dash, you know what I mean? All you see is that it looks like it's me, and it's a new car, so you know it came off the lot like that. You dig what I'm saying? So that's something that's kind of like one of those things that I dislike about the car. It doesn't have any badging. On the side of the car, it's fucking blank. You know what I mean? Like even the older models still had like the logo, or it might have like just something that identifies it. The bottom one doesn't have shit on it. It's just a smooth ass car with 2 ponies on it, and you constantly get asked that question because it looks so good. So it's kind of a good and a bad, because people assume, but you know, when you have to explain, you're like, no, it's not. And who the fuck wants to say, no, it's not the top, if people assume it's the top? It's kind of like deflating on a little bit, because ain't no comeback from that, you know what I'm saying? So that's my number 4. I would have to say, add some more badges to this thing, and or make it a class of its own. If it's not just going to be the base model and it's something else, the performance pack is the performance pack. Make the performance pack badged up so people can know what it is. You got the SS with the Camaros, you got the RS, you dig what I'm saying? And people know it's not a V8. You know what I'm saying? I want to say the RS right now is the same cylinder as this one. This one's a 4-cylinder. So it could be whatever the fuck they want to make it. But just like badge it up, throw something in it to make it align. I think that'll be dope and it'll be better. So number 5, right? Number 5. And this might just be like a regional thing. Maybe this is just my area or whatever. But Ford cars in particular get very low love in St. Louis, right? So, especially if it's not, you know, a GT 5.0 V8 Mustang. If it's anything other, you do not get as much respect as if you had you know, something else. Like, what's heavy out here right now is the Challengers. If you're talking about something new, the Challengers, shit, it's at least about 4 or 5 different versions of the Challenger, and they all look the fucking same to me. No hate, but they all look the fucking same. The fucking Chargers, it's like 5 different versions of the motherfuckers, and shit, the Camaros. What else you got out here that's hot? And shit, just like old ass Pontiacs, the GTOs, the G8s, you know, shit like that. If it's not one of those vehicles and it's a fucking Mustang, you will not get as much love if you had those. People love those fucking cars. My beef with it is so many of them that is you feel like you will get lost. There's only so much you can do to the car when it's like 10, 15, 20 of them in the parking lot. When I pull up, you're not gonna see a lot of them. And my thing is, I wish it would just get a little bit more love. Obviously, this one is not the 5.0. It is the Ecoboost, but I wish it just got a little bit more love, because it's a lot of vehicles that this vehicle is shitting on. It looks better than a lot of those other vehicles. I think it's made for performance. A lot of those other ones, yeah, you know, you get the big ass motor, but when are you gonna fucking use it? You tell me that everybody's fucking racing. If you have the same car as somebody else, same motor, and you just adding on parts to it, what the fuck? It's gonna end up being the exact same fucking car. To me, that doesn't make your vehicle special. If you got the same car as everybody else, unless you going like Hellcat or like Demon or some shit like that, you pretty much got the same fucking car, you know what I'm saying, as everybody else. So why would you want to do that? And I wish the fact that this one does stand out so much, and in my opinion just physically looks a lot better, I wish it got more respect. I wish people respected it more. They were happy to see this compared to the cars that you see every freaking day. You dig what I'm saying? So that would have to be my gripe about this one. Those are my 5 things I hate about this vehicle in particular. Let me know what you think. I'm sure you guys have some opinions about it. And if you do, comment. Let me know. And shit, we'll go from there. Holler back at your boy. Like, comment, share.